Hey, guys. Let's go for a new episode. Great men have great families. And it's a topic that we did lastly on the French market, how the great ones have great families. So let me ask you about something that nobody asks you out loud. How many kids would you have had if money was never the issue? If school fees, rent, daycare, groceries, none of that was a constraint. How many? Today, people see children as liability. We live in an era where having kids is treated like a financial risk. I can afford it. I want to give them everything. I'm not ready, blah, blah, blah. And I get it. Resources are real. Pressure is real. But somewhere along the way, we confuse being responsible with thinking small. We optimize for comfort and forget to build legacy. See? Elon Musk, at least 12 kids. Bernard Arnault, 5 kids. He's the world richest man on the planet. Xavier Niel, 4 kids, built free, owns Le Monde, partner of one of the Arnault heirs. Every serious entrepreneur that I've made personally had more than 3 kids. Every time. With a wife who managed the home, anchored the education, holds the foundation, while the husband tried to conquer the world. That's not coincidence. That's a model. And my lawyer said it the best. An unstructured child is a liability. A structured child is a vehicle. So this video is not about cash flow. It's not about making money month to month, check to check. It is for entrepreneurs who are done chasing and are ready to build. Build assets, systems, build something that outlives you. We call it generational wealth. And today with my lawyer, Karine Mazan, we are breaking down exactly how you structure it. Here what we're covering in the French market right now. With Code&Media, my agency, we structure CEO thinking, identify what makes them truly unique, and turn it into systems, acquisition, SOPs, and content that drive high-ticket leads. And then we turn all this into assets that you can sell and make an exit, or you can pass down to your child. With some CEOs making plus 10 million right now, euro, we start to have those conversations. The difference between inheritance and transmission, the million you're losing in estate tax right now without knowing it, how to transfer your company at 75% tax exemption, what happens if you organize nothing and the state decide for you, how the family holdings work across generation, and why the earlier you transmit, the less your heirs fight. Great families don't leave legacy to chance. They organize what they want to pass down. And an unstructured child is a liability, a structured one is a vehicle. Don't forget about it. Okay, let's talk about it. Something nobody in the mainstream will say it loud, the Western trap. The West did not just colonize land, it colonized mindset. In our cultures, African, diasporic, traditional, a child was raised by a village, uncles, aunties, grandparents. The whole ecosystem had a role. Transmission was collective, international, multi-generational. Then came the Western model, nuclear family. 2, 3 kids. That's it. Mortgage, retire at 65, hope your kids are fine, and on top of that, they sold us an ideology, that the patriarchy is evil. Choosing yourself over family is freedom, independence, at the expense of structure. For them, it's progress. That having child young, building a household, investing in bloodline, it's old-fashioned. Meanwhile, rebuilding dynasties, the same families that have been doing it for centuries. Rockefellers, the Rothschild, the Arnault, they never stop. They just made sure you did. Great families don't follow cultural trends. They write their own rules and they pass them down. So, let's take a look at the Bernard Arnault blueprint, the biggest luxury business empire, LVMH. See? He's doing a simple thing every month. Every month, same table, same floor, same 6 people. Ninth floor, 22 Avenue Montaigne, LVMH headquarters. The meeting lasts exactly 80 minutes, no more. On the agenda, set by Arnault himself on his iPad, a new creative director, the opening of a boutique, the acquisition of a brand. Every child speaks. Every child is heard. But Jean, the youngest, said it plainly. Don't be mistaken. In the end, it's always him who decides. This isn't a family lunch, it is a board meeting, and the board has been training since birth. He took them to business meeting before they could spell business. Arnaud didn't wait for school to teach his children about business, he brought them into it. At 7 years old, he was taken to construction site by his grandfather every Thursday, watching, learning, breathing the air of enterprise. His father did the same, and he did the same with his 5 children. He took them to his business meetings, to his brand review. When a new Louis Vuitton bag needed to be approved, he sat with Delphine and reviewed every prototype. Not as a CEO reviewing with an employee, as a father teaching his daughter to see what he sees. Proximity is the curriculum. Presence is the school. Each air our place. Each hair are mentored. None left to figure out alone. See? Delphine, Antoine, Alexandre, Frédéric, Jean. When the time came to integrate the children into the group, Arnaud didn't just hand them titles. He placed each one strategically. Delphine, Louis Vuitton, under Michael Burke. Antoine, Berluti, image of the group. Alexandre, Rimowa, then Tiffany at New York. Frédéric Taguer, mentored by Stéphane Bianchi. Jean, watches and development, Louis Vuitton. Every one of them paired with a seasoned operator. Every one of them learning the craft before taking the throne. One executive described it like this: it's like the first royal hunt. Failure is impossible. There are riders of both sides, guiding the prey towards the prince. And in the end, the heir passes with the trophies. It's not nepotism. This is engineering. 70% already transmit. He kept the control. They got the ownership. On the financial side, everything is already in motion. 17% of LVMH has already been transferred to his 5 children in bar ownership. At Christmas, in 2K17, each child received more than 73 million euros in shares. But Arnaud kept 25% of the holding and the usufruct of the totality, meaning they own it. is control it. He decides dividends. He decides direction. He decides who leads until he decides otherwise. This is the holding familial in action. Ownership separate from control. Wealth transferred. Power retained. The greatest trick in dynastic capitalism. He watched his best friend die without a plan and never forgot. Bernard Arnault think about this, not morbidly, strategically. His best friend, Jean-Luc Lagardère, died suddenly, no prepared succession. His son left to fight for control of an empire he wasn't ready for. Arnault had walked him to the elevator 2 days before the coma. He never forget what he saw happen next. He went home and accelerate everything, the holding, the donation, the legal structure, the training of his heirs. The best company can die when they pass into the hands of unprepared heirs. He decided that would never happen to what he built. The question isn't whether you will die, the question is whether your empire survives you. I found an interesting number. Let me see. I don't have it now. I will share you after. But I think in France it's like 6,000 families who fight for transmission and for heritage. He locked the shares. No outsider will ever control what we built. And then quietly in April 2017, Arnault had LVMH shareholders vote on a resolution modifying the company status. The new rule, any transfer of share, even between shareholders, even to a spouse, requires prior approval from the General Assembly, even in case of succession, even in case of divorce. Translation, nobody gets in or out of his empire without his blessing. Even after he's gone, the structure decides, not a judge, not a government, not a grieving family in conflict. The structure decides. That's what it means to organize. That's what it means to organize your transmission. So let's dive in. Legal structure. Let's get into mechanics, because vision without structure is just a dream. There are two ways for your assets to move to the next generation. Inheritance, that's what happens when you die without a plan. The state opens the succession, apply the rules, take their cut. Transmission, that's what the great families do. They choose who gets what, when, how, under what conditions. One is reactive, one is strategic. So, which one are you playing? With that organization, the state decides for you. Hear what nobody tells you. If you die without a plan in France, and this applies everywhere in the West, the government step in. They decide who gets what. They apply inheritance, tax, and rates up to 55%. Beyond 1 million euros per child, you're paying nearly half to the state. Half of what you built, gone. Not because of bad investments, because of bad planning. In France, we have the Pacte du Treuil, 75% tax exemption. Most entrepreneurs don't know about it. Now, here's a tool that changed everything. This pact, under certain conditions, your heirs get 75% exemption of the value of your company, not 10, 75%. But this is critical. You have to set it up while you're alive. You have to commit to keeping the shares, maintaining direction. Most entrepreneurs never heard about this until it's too late. Great families know about it from day one. Let's put it together. This is what a structured transmission looks like. Holding familial in French. For ownership and control separation, Pacte du Troy, 75 exemption on your company, donation, partage. To freeze value and use tax windows. To protect decision making, life insurance, to root capital outside succession. This is not for billionaires. This is for every entrepreneur who's serious about legacy. Nobody wants to think about this. Accident, illness, incapacity. I get it. If something happened to you and you haven't designed who makes decision, a judge does it for you. A stranger in the room decides the future of what you build. The mandat of protection future is simple. You designate, your person while you can. One document, infinite protection. From artisan to architect. The shift you need to make is this. Stop being the craftsman. Become the architect. A craftsman built with his hand. His value is in his presence. An architect designs systems that others can execute. SOPs, standard operating procedure. Document everything. How you acquire clients, how you deliver, how you manage, how you think, what your secret sauce, so that someone, your son, your daughter, a trust operator can step in and run it without you having to be in the room. Work on business, not in the business. I know you heard this before, but are you actually doing it? Working in the business means you're executing daily. You are the top salesperson, the lead designer, the best operator. Working on the business means you're building the machine, hiring A players, writing SOPs, creating the systems. So the machine runs with or without you. The goal is to make yourself redundant in operation so you can be irreplaceable in vision. You don't need to be a billionaire to start. You need a holding. You need a conversation with a lawyer. And we have it. You need to think about your children not as an expenses, but as the continuation of what you're building. Every year that you wait is a year that the state gets closer to your estate. Every year you wait is a year that the state gets closer to your estate. Every year you organize is a year you take back control. Great men have great families. Great intentionally, structurally, generationally. If this is, subscribe. Let's talk about it. We help entrepreneurs to make SOPs, to structure content acquisition, to make ticket, to write book, to create infrastructure that lasts and that will outlive you. The link is in the description. We build this together. That's what Code&Media does. So see you to the next one. Bye.